Thank you so much for attending my presentation about the terrifying versatility of Volcarona, and first let's look at its traits. Volcarona has a lot of super interesting stuff going on. Its typing, for example, is really hit or miss. Bug Fire provides valuable coverage, with the latter handling Bug's offensive struggles against everything but other fire types. Defensively, it's not terrible either. Being weak to water, flying, and rock is of course unfortunate, but it has tons of valuable resistances. The fairy and fighting ones are super important, as threats like Urshifu, Iron Hands, Fluttermane, and Dazzlingly Miraidon are everywhere. Volcarona's stat spread is similarly weird. 135 special attack is one of the highest in the game, and when combined with its solid speed, HP, and special defense, it looks powerful. However, defense is severely lacking and makes it a bit easy to take down on the physical side. But Volcarona has a few ways to get around this problem. The most straightforward is its ability, Flame Body. Flame Body is pretty simple. Whenever you're hit by a contact move, you have a 30% chance to burn the opponent. That cuts all physical damage in half and turns Volk from frail to very bulky all in one go. Of course, this isn't guaranteed, but attacking into Volcarona is still heavily dissuaded. Taking the risk of permanently neutering an important damage dealer, even in exchange for a knockout, is tough. Maybe Zamazenta wants to knock out Volcarona with Body Press, but they still also need its immense power for other things later in the game. 70% of the time they'd be fine, but putting the game on the line for those odds isn't something you want to do often. Also, Flame Body works on all three hits of Urshifu Rapid Surging Strikes. The second method is by using terrain, specifically electric and grassy. By using electric or grassy seed in their respective terrain, Volcarona gets a +1 defense boost. This matters a ton. Standard Volcarona sets might run 196 defensive Vs and a bold nature to get a stat of 121. That's a lot of stat points. An uninvested Volcarona, though, hits 127 with a +1 boost, and this number gets way larger the more EVs you invest. That 196 plus defense Moth is at 181 at +1, which is miles above its special defense stat. This is obviously a larger commitment than its ability, but has the power to make Volcarona a physically defensive monster. Volcarona's sets in VGC right now are pretty diverse. There's two variants you need to look out for. Quiver Dance is a strong boosting move, raising speed, special attack, and special defense all by one stage. After just a single use, Volcarona is specially tanky, plus is dishing out massive damage. Its stab move of choice, Fiery Dance, helps out a ton here, having a 50% chance to boost its special attack. This thing can get set up even while using its stab move, which is crazy. Or, if you want extra power, Flamethrower is an option to hit better damage ranges. Protect can feel kind of mandatory, but your other move options are pretty interesting. Struggle Bug is a weakish 50 base power stab move, but has the supportive capability to lower special attack and is a spread option. Giga Drain is reliable recovery, getting back a ton of health from mons like Urshifu Rapid. Bug Buzz is more direct stab, not caring about support and going straight for the throat. Rage Powder even sees some play as a redirection option. Quiver Dance is the star of the show, but why can't you also just be Amoonguss? For items, there's a few routes you can go down, but most end up at a seed or leftovers for bulk. Volcarona doesn't get much out of boosting items since it prefers to do that itself anyways. Then slap on something like Terra Water, Terra Dragon, or Terra Grass for defense and you're good to go. There's also more dedicated supporting sets, replacing Quiver Dance with something like Tailwind to make their team faster. With Flame Body, Rocky Helmet, and Extreme Special Bulk, it's easy to get it up, and with Volk's Gray stat line, it can dish damage too. Volcarona's place in modern VGC is interesting. Right now, it's seeing a ton of play on terrain teams once again using those seed items to boost up. It's just a big ball of stats that's impossible to stop once it gets going. Volcarona demands respect from your opponents who are forced to scramble for answers. Rillaboom plus Volcarona is a deadly core, providing a ton of coverage alongside grassy terrain healing and a +1 defense boost for Volk. With terrain, Volcarona can be unkillable, especially since it unlocks the killer combo of Terra Grass, Grassy Terrain boosted Giga Drain, which is the multiplier monster with even 1 QD up. Eric Rios actually finished top 4 at NAIC this year using those two together to apply pressure. Miraidon is also popular, even though the electric seed item is normally under more demand on its builds. Volcarona is strong against Miraidon's toughest matchups like Speed Booster Fluttermane, Speed Booster Iron Treads, Zacian, Rillaboom, and even Calyrex Ice. It gets a lot done and is a fantastic win condition alongside Grimmsnarl Screens. Support Volcarona gets less results, but is still doing things. For example, at NAIC this past weekend, Zachary Weave finished 17th with a supportive Moth running Will-O-Wisp to guarantee burns. This is a real problem alongside Calyrex Ice and Miraidon, redirecting scary Urshifu moves, outputting offensive pressure against Amoonguss and Rillaboom and keeping physical attackers in check by burning them. All around a great call that helps secure an amazing placement. In conclusion, Volcarona is able to do a lot of things right now, with a surprisingly solid typing and stat spread alongside several ways to shore up a problematic weakness to physical attackers. It can both set up and play support. Volcarona has been rising in usage recently, and with even more Zamazenta Calyrex on the horizon, I'd expect it to stay that way. Thank you so much for watching.